Nice t-shirt. Man, when are you ever going to buy a new one? For frack's sake, they're £1.
I'll be wearing this great clobber until it dies, and then I'll buy some new ones. That's crazy, man, a t-shirt for £1.
I know it's not right, it's awesome, cheap clobber, that's what I live for.
Man, if you could be any superhero, no limits, who would you be?
Easy, I'd be like Superman, but like with a cool name. It's such an easy question. Why would anyone want to be anyone else? Superman's got the best abilities and then some. He's just got more than any other superhero of note. He's the Don.
That's imaginative. What would you call him? Son of Superman? Nearly Superman?
What? Uber Dude, of course. Okay, hotshot, who would you be?
Enviro Boy.
Enviro who?
Enviro Boy, come on. Enviro Boy. He's well, he's actually got no superpowers, but he'd be like champion of the environment. He's got like a documentary manifesto.
No superpowers. Surely he's not a superhero then. And what's this documentary manifesto lark?
Enviro Boy! I'm Enviro Boy, and I'm angry. It's time to stop with this namby-pamby and get our socks on. I'm about one thing, and one thing only. I'm a champion of the environment. You ready to change the world? Yes, you. Yes, I'm talking to you. This is your world. This is your environment. And therefore, your responsibility. My responsibility? Yes, your responsibility. But don't worry if the burden of reality weighs heavy around your shoulders, for I am Enviro Boy, and I'm here to help. So what's this environment? As defined by the dictionary, the natural worlds, especially as affected by human activity. So, that's pretty much everything, and that affects you. The Earth. Scientists reckon the Earth is about 4.6 billion years old. That's a lot of time to play with, so we're going to compress that down to 46 years. In this scale, we humans have been around for about 4 hours. And the Industrial Revolution began 1 minute ago. In that 4 hours we've evolved from a single primitive hunter-gatherer that lived toe-to-toe with nature, just another one of the many billions of creatures on Earth living in balance with Mother Nature. We have transformed into a consumer-crazed, earth-wrecking machine that now dominates every species, every environment, every habitat, everything of and on this earth. In that 1 minute since the Industrial Revolution began, in this blink in the history of our planet, our population has jumped from 1 billion to 7 billion. We have consumed more than half of the world's provable oil reserves. We have wiped out over half of the world's indigenous rainforest. We have wiped out over half the world's natural wetlands. We have increased the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere by over 30%. That's the gas that scientists say is direct cause of global warming, the stuff that melts the glaciers. We have driven over 1/4 of the world's bird population to extinction, and we have directly manipulated over 30% of the world's lands for our needs. There's a lot more facts, but I'm Enviro Boy, and I'm here to help. So what's this manifesto? Well, that's up to you. I, Enviro Boy, I'm trying to convince you that this world is yours. And it's you, not your politician, nor your friendly TV presenter, nor your best friend's responsibility, but all of your responsibilities. But mainly, the buck stops here and with you. Action, not words. Energy use and energy production. Our lives in the West are so comfortable, we all ignore the real impact our huge energy consumption has in the environment. Since the Industrial Revolution, we have been tapping into our reserves of fossil fuels. With such an apparent abundance, we have let our efficiency standards slide. The average engine is now less than 15% efficient, with most of the energy being converted and lost to heat. But with oil and coal running low, with more awareness of the environmental impact of fossil fuels, not to mention major new industrialized nations like China and India becoming the world's major fossil fuel consumers almost overnight, we now, more than ever, have to look at renewable resources before it really is too late. Natural resources and how they're used. From the overlogging of the world's forests, to the overmining of the world's raw resources, to the damming of our rivers and the overfished seas, we have to think seriously about attempting to live once again in balance with nature. We have to stop raping Mother Earth's reserves. It's time for compulsory recycling. Increased renewable energy production and increased energy efficiency standards. The problem with harnessing the power of the sun, the tide and the wind is that the major investors have no need to invest. It's not that the technology doesn't exist or that the technology cannot be engineered. It's the fact that there's still oil, coal and gas to burn. So why? Well, now with the oil prices going sky high, the worst global economic times of our lives, it's never been a better time for companies to reinvest in research and development and to work out efficient ways to tap the infinite resources of the sun, wind and tide for all the world's energy needs. Consumerism, the main cause, the invisible pressure that motivates us to use huge amounts of energy, to waste products that are perfectly fine, to obsess over cheap goods, and never to ask about the consequences our purchases have on the environment. It's time to think before you buy. Why are you buying those new shoes, that new car, TV, fridge, magazine or inflatable dartboard? You don't have to have the latest car, fashion, TV. These desires and needs are sold to you by the companies producing the goods, using clever and sophisticated advertising strategies that manipulate you into thinking you need their products. It's time for all of us to become conscious consumers. Let the fat cats know we mean business by flexing our consumer rights and buying power. Hemp, the magic weed. This sustainable crop gives us many solutions, and it's about time we humans retool to include this fantastic plant in our mainstream environmental efforts. From its ability to grow fast and produce strong fibre and rich seeds that can be used for everything from clothing to construction, paper to food, varnish to medicine, the hemp crop is a remarkable plant that must play its crucial part in our efforts to rebalance our environment. Are you still sitting there saying to yourself, how does this affect me? What's this loser talking about? If so, it's time for you to wake up. We live in a democratic system. From the people, for the people, by the people. So get off your stool and flex your muscle. Vote Enviro Boy. The future is in your hands. It is your responsibility and no one else's. But reality is also that I, Enviro Boy, and the production of my manifesto have consumed more energy in the 4 weeks of production than most of the world's poor would use in over a year. From the days of computer time to the almost continuous activations of Google server farms to the food I ate, all of which was not sourced locally but bought from major supermarkets that still ship apples from New Zealand and beef from Brazil. How much energy have I wasted? From the hot showers, clean clothes, petrol, etc, etc, etc. Everyone has to play their part. Even Enviro Boy.
Enviro Boy is here to stay. Enviro Boy won't fly away. He's here to stay.
viral